welcome back to another episode of Internship Thursdays. Today we have with us Anubhuti Gupta.
Hello.
Hi. Could you give us a small introduction about yourself, please?
Okay, so I'm Anubhuti and I'm a fourth year computer science undergraduate and I'm studying from IGGTUW. And I did my summer internship from Wells Fargo. It's an American bank, and I also received a PPO from there. And yeah.
Could you tell us about your role, like summer analyst? So, is it like the bank names the STE role as summer analyst, or is it something else?
Okay, so Wells Fargo offers both SDE roles, that is the software developer engineer role, as well as the data analyst role.
Okay.
So I got the role of the data analyst. I applied for that. So in that, it's basically your projects are machine learning based, and you have a constant data analysis to perform. So you have quantitative as well as qualitative analysis.
Okay.
So I covered both of those in my project. And you're also required to make dashboards, and basically you have to sum up it and summarize your analysis, and you have to present it.
Okay.
So like that is how I feel it's a bit different. I did an internship after my second year, which was a software development internship.
Okay.
So I saw the changes, like the differences in both the internship and both the projects.
Okay.
So yeah.
Okay. And how did you prepare for the coding round, as it is a bit different from SD, right?
All right. So the coding round, it was actually a little basic. So that strings and arrays questions was quite easy, and I had been preparing DSA for the entire placement season. So that was my preparation, and the round went well.
Okay.
And then we had the interview round. So we had two interview rounds. The first was the technical round, and the second was the HR round.
Okay.
The technical round was scheduled for 50 minutes, but mine stretched on to an hour. So in the first 20-25 minutes, they asked me about myself, like give an overview of yourself apart from what we can see on your LinkedIn or your resume. This is, I think, one of the most common questions, because they want you to summarize yourself, and like they want you to speak in a way that can't just be captured on paper or on text. So I spoke about my resume, my skills, the courses that I've done, my previous internship. So one thing that I felt was a bit different from the other interviews was they deep dived into the project that I did for my previous internship.
Okay.
They wanted to know what I did as a part of it. They tried to understand it very much. So that was a bit different, and that was a good experience for me. And after this, they asked me case study based questions. So like they gave me a situation, as if suppose I am the head of a marketing firm, and they gave me situations wherein they have a particular product that they want to launch, and they gave me the costs, they gave me the outflows, and they asked me to calculate that if this situation would be beneficial or not. So herein comes the quantitative as well as the qualitative part, where you have to decide whether taking up this scheme is beneficial for your firm or not. So they actually asked questions relevant to what I would be doing as a part of my internship. So that was interesting. And then they asked the puzzle based questions, like you have 25 horses, divided into groups of 5, those kinds of questions.
Okay.
So this was my technical interview round. So this happened at around 9 o'clock in the morning. It went on from 9 to 10. And then you're
a morning person or?
Oh, I'm a night person. Oh my God, I'm a night person.
बहुत ही मुश्किल होता है, बहुत ही। और फिर उसके बाद जब वो रिजेक्शन आ जाए उसका, तो मन करता है कत्ल कर दो सामने वाले का। तो सुबह उठाया भाई, उठता ही नहीं उससे तो अच्छा।
I swear. But yeah, so it was there from 9 to 10. And then like the first round, a lot of people, so the first rounds had to end at 1 o'clock. So the results of the first round had to come by 1:30. Those 3.5 hours, only I knew how I spent those, because I was actually not genuinely confident about this interview. Ki, okay, I've done very well, and I should get a call back at least for the second round. And I was just like, yeah, I need to get this, because if I didn't get this now, it would be a big blow to my confidence. Ki, this is something that I genuinely have done well.
Yeah.
And then when I got when the message came that Anubhuti, you've been shortlisted for the second round, I was so happy. Then the second round I think happened at around 2 o'clock. It was a 15-minute HR round.
Okay.
So therein they asked me questions about like, what do you know about the bank? What do you know about the firm?
Okay.
And do you know what kind of things we deal with? So I had read about this, like basic of the company. That is like a very big thing, like a big advice to all the viewers out here, do read about the company you're interviewing for. Like they may ask you technical questions, they may not ask you about the company, but it's always a good thing to know that you've come prepared.
Yeah.
It shows interest from your side that you are genuinely interested in the company. You know what they're working on, you know their projects, you know the fields where they're working in. So it is a good sign of interest from your side.
Indeed. And even if they do not ask company specific questions, when you add it on to the answers, it's a plus point.
Exactly. Like if you're answering that, if you're supposed talking about your qualities, you could maybe infuse it. Like this is one quality I pose, and I've seen that your company works on these fields, and this is how I could bring more value to that. It shows genuine interest, and it shows that this is not some answer you've prepared for any interview that happens. It shows that you're bringing a level of genuine personality, like a level of interest into that particular company. So that I feel is a good thing.
Yeah. So this opportunity that you got was through on-campus, right?
Yeah, it was an on-campus opportunity.
First was a coding round.
Yeah.
Okay, and then you had a technical interview followed by an HR
interview.
All this was an online process, I guess?
Yes, all of this because of COVID. Yeah.
Okay. And how did you prepare particularly for the coding round? Like when did you start your preparations?
So I actually started my preparation a little later. Like a lot of students, like a lot of people in my batch, my friends also, they started around January of 2021. So
second year.
Yeah, second year. So I started in June actually, like 2 months only before the placement season.
Okay.
So I practiced questions on lead code, and I went through theory books, and I was actually one of the people who read about the theory. Okay, what is DSA? How do I tried to imbibe the knowledge, but like I realized, no, I need to practice the questions. So I practiced on lead code. I did it with my friends. Like we used to code together. We used to ask doubts. Yeah, it builds up both of you. You know, it gives you that sort of push कि अच्छा इसका हो गया, अच्छा मुझे भी करना है.
And एक ही question के दो answers
exactly. ये ना वो mutual dependency बन जाती है. Not as such dependency, reliability कि अच्छा वो कर रहा है मैं भी करूँगी. So like that's very important.
Peer pressure positively help करने.
Exactly. And like Wells Fargo wasn't my first interview. I got rejections from a few companies, and yeah, they do bring you down because obviously who likes to see rejection, but it is important to know, like it helps you build up where you stand, right? You know कि तुमने अच्छा, you've done this interview, or what you could have said better, what you could have done better. It gives you, each rejection I feel gives you a learning curve. And this, like Wells Fargo, the interview that I gave, the technical interview, I was so confident about it. I hadn't been this confident about giving any other interview before that. So like this was a very good opportunity for me. Like after the HR interview, I think it got over around 220. And the entire day I was just semi-tense and I was like, half of me was ki, no, I won't think about this, even if it doesn't happen, it's all right, I don't need to get set back by this. And half of me was like, I need to get this went well. And the message came, the message came at 11:39 p.m. Yeah, it came at 11:39 p.m. and I was in the kitchen. I was having a midnight snack because I was nervous. And I screamed. And my grandmother, she was there, and she was the first person I told it. I was like, I got it. And I ran to my parents' room and I was screaming on the top of my voice, I got it. So yeah, it was a very happy and good process. Yeah.
रिजेक्शन के बाद जब आप सेलेक्ट होते ना, उसकी खुशी अलग
बहुत ज़्यादा.
वो फर्स्ट कंपनी में प्लेस रहा था, उनको ये एड्रेनलिन रश पता ही नहीं कि क्या होता है, राइट?
फर्स्ट में मैं प्लेस होता है.
वो खुशी जो होती है बाद में प्लेस होने की, बहुत अच्छी. अरे यार वो कुछ होते हैं प्रोजेक्ट भी वही हो पाता है.
मतलब I obviously I knew कि my preparation wasn't as well as the other people who had been preparing from a year. But I was happy with what I did and what I got, so yeah.
But वो भी होता है ना यार, कुछ लोग 2-2 साल लगा के भी निकाल पाते हैं, कुछ लोग 2 महीने में निकाल लेते हैं. क्योंकि सेम ईयर मैंने पूरे 2 साल मैंने सिर्फ करा है कोर्स, करेंगे. फिर वो जब मई जून, मैंने जून में शुरू करा था, जून जुलाई अगस्त तभी करा था. How did you prepare particularly for the interview round for Wells Fargo?
Okay, so I googled like so this was the first time
Were
Wells
you given
Fargo.
an option to apply either for SD or for data analyst?
Yeah, we were given an option, so I chose to apply for data analyst because eventually I would like to go into that field. Like that intrigues me more than the SD role. So, but like I did the SD internship and I wanted to try out this field as well. So I had the option and I went for data analyst. This was the first time Wells Fargo came to our college for the analyst role. So I had googled around. It had gone to previous, I think it's gone to BITS for that and a few other colleges. So I googled as to what kind of questions they asked. And I got a few answers from Geeks for Geeks and from Glassdoor. And I actually didn't, I didn't really stress myself out on what they could ask. I prepared my resume very well, like what projects I've done, what courses I've done. I wanted to make that my strength. So that they focus on that, so that they actually get to know what I have to offer, what I have done. I tried to make that my strength. And then
you brought out the best in you.
Yeah, I tried to bring out what I could give to them. Like that I feel is my strategy, that I have to project what I know, what I have done and what I can bring to them. So that's how I prepared for this round. And I had been like Geeks for Geeks, I used to do this key one logic puzzle a day I tried to solve. This I had been doing for 1 or 2 months because I genuinely enjoyed doing those puzzles because they ramped up my brain also. Achha, how is this happening? Can there be a better solution than the one I've thought of? So those.
What's your sun sign?
Aries.
ठीक है तभी मैच कर रही है भाई मेरी साड़ी तेरे से ना
मेरी साड़ी की मैच करती है
बहुत टाइम चल रहा है पूछती बीच में पूछ लिया
कोई नहीं डाल देना
हाँ डाल दो मैच कट नहीं करेंगे जेन्युइन मैच करो वो गाना नहीं सकता वो हाथ होता है ना वो लगा देंगे बीच से बहुत टाइम लग रहा है कुछ तो है जो मैच कर रहा है.
And you texted, no, I recognized you from the DP and I saw the name also, but like, let's just be sure who this is.
What all projects did you add in your resume that made you get selected?
All right. Okay. So in the summer of 2021, I did a software I did a full stack development internship. I did it under this startup. So actually, it's my dad's business. Yeah, he has a home decor business, so I did it under him only. So what I did was I made this order management system. So before the process was like manual, they used to do it with Google Sheets and all that. So I automated the entire process. I developed a software for this. I developed the hosting. I put it on. So it was like a complete, like a wholesome experience for me.
You indeed made a real-time project.
And like I got to see it in use. And I actually, I provided live support for this. I saw it went from the test phase to the production phase. And I interacted with the user. It is my baby. Like I interacted with the users. I changed things according to their requirements. Like even when you get live user feedback, when you have to give live support. So this is the main project that I always I talk about this to everyone everywhere. Even my team at my internship knows that I did this project. They're like, "Ha, theek hai, we know this about you." So this is one thing that I feel is my strong point. So I tend to highlight it wherever I go. Yeah. So you also all of you who are listening to this exactly. And the best part about my interview is that they were genuinely intrigued by what I had to say. I don't know what the general resume section for an interview lasts, but mine went on for around 25 minutes and almost 15-20 minutes of it was about my project.
Same here. Even in my interview, it was focused on the resume, what all I did. I was talking for the most of the time.
If you have a good project, if you have good things that you have to offer and you project it well, the interview turns in your direction. Yeah, exactly. Because your project becomes your strong point and then they ask you about it. So suppose if your interview is for 45 minutes or 1 hour, the majority of that you are talking about what you know. Yeah. So you've conquered majority of the interview. Exactly. So you choose what they're going to ask you. The less you talk about yourself, the less you sell yourself, so you give them more time to ask you questions.
And now
that is uncharted territory. You have no idea what they might ask you. This you know. This you sell.
बहुत फायदा होता है. एंड पूरा कॉन्फिडेंस से जाओ ना तो वो आधे तो वहीं बिक जाते हैं कि हाँ चलो नहीं भी आते ना तो ये अपने कॉन्फिडेंस से सामने वाला काम कर देगी.
दिस इज वेरी फर्क पड़ता है. एंड पैशन दिखता है उनको. पैशन, कॉन्फिडेंस एंड कि हाँ पूछ लो इसके बारे में, जो पूछना है पूछ लो, मैं सब आंसर कर सकती
और
हूँ।
पूरी बताओ कितनी मेहनत करी,
हाँ।
कितनी रातें जागी, कितना क्या करा, क्या खराब हुआ था, कैसे सही करा उसको।
One this very like my interviews were also not very chill people. They asked me this one question that I remember. They're like, "What do you think like is important? There's an important quality so that helped you in this internship." I was like, one, I was a keen learner, and second, I did a learn on the go process wala thing. Then I also said them I was a little quirky at that time because we went into this conversation style. It didn't feel like an interview after some time. Exactly. I was like, and then I said, "Ki this may sound very unpopular or like on the contrary opinion, but you should know how to Google." And he's like, this is a very important thing because everyone knows you are not going to remember everything.
Exactly.
Like, you can't know every bit of code, you can't know every bit of syntax.
इंटरव्यू तक याद रखना होता है, फिर काम करने में नहीं सब कुछ
they
याद।
know कि तुम एक्चुअल इंटर्नशिप में तुम्हें नहीं याद रहेगा,
कि तब
वो लोग
तो
खुद गूगल करते हैं यार।
exactly.
So and I think he was genuinely impressed by the fact that I called it out. So yeah, that was great.
और ये एडवाइस बहुत जरूरी है, हमसे
हाँ।
पूछने से पहले, सीनियर से पहले मुझसे करते दीदी ये कैसे करना है, ये कैसे करना है, खुद गूगल करा तुमने? नहीं, सीधा हमको पूछ रहे, सिंपल सी चीज।
एडवाइस लो बट गूगल भी करो एंड स्मार्ट गूगलिंग करो।
Exactly.
Like you should Google and you should know what to ask, what to Google, where to search from.
हम तो
ये
गूगल
नहीं
लेंस से पास हैं, मुझे लगता है सारी चीजें तो उसी से करी है, पेपर भी उसी से निकले आज से ज्यादा।
हाँ, तो थोड़ा साइड ट्रैक हो गया, बट या कमिंग बैक टू योर क्वेश्चन, दिस वाज लाइक वन ऑफ माय मेन प्रोजेक्ट्स। उसके अलावा आई हैव डन दिस ऑनलाइन कोर्स ऑन डेटा एनालिसिस इन पाइथन, सो दैट आई डिड फ्रॉम edX फ्रॉम द यूनिवर्सिटी ऑफ बर्कले। आई हाइलाइटेड दैट आल्सो। उसमें आल्सो दे हैड दिस
के थ्रू करा था,
edX के थ्रू किया
edX,
था।
okay.
हाँ, सो उसके अंदर दे हैड दिस प्रोजेक्ट, दिस ऑनगोइंग प्रोजेक्ट। इट वाज लाइक दिस मास्टर कोर्स विद 3 सब कोर्सेस। सो आई डिड उसके थ्रू प्रोजेक्ट्स एंड आई हाइलाइटेड व्हाट ऑल आई लर्नड। आई टॉक्ड अबाउट a few concepts, so like they understood ki she knows, she's not just taking names of the stuff she's done.
Got it.
And they asked me one thing about the concept also, and I was able to answer it luckily. So like they know. And
तो जब चाबी फंसती है तो सही से फंस जाए तो बहुत अच्छी
हाँ।
है।
बाकी स्कूल में I didn't have CS, I had IP, information practices.
तो SQL में नहीं है।
हाँ, उसके अंदर we had ये Java NetBeans का basic, not this full stack Java, but Java NetBeans का basic था. Then we had SQL, mainly SQL. So that also counted. And I had done this project which was Java and SQL का mix था. So it was front end, back end पूरा link करके था. So I spoke about that minimally because school project था वो तो. बाकी yeah, I think that's it. And उस time पे a friend and I, we were doing a project with a professor, Rishabh sir, from college only, about this annotation system that we were making. So I spoke about that as well. Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
काफी एक्सपीरियंस है मैम के बाद।
छोटी हो तुम।
कितनी छोटी हो तुम?
2002 मोनू।
अच्छा वो 2000।
सबसे छोटी हूँ मैं। फर्स्ट ग्रेड स्किप किया था।
अच्छा तभी मेरा थर्ड क्लास 1.5 ईयर चला था और नर्सरी में 1.5 ईयर, मतलब समर स्टेशन टू विंटर स्टेशन।
तुम क्या 2001 हो? आज तो 2 साल बड़े हो मुझसे। 1.5 साल बड़े साजी हो।
कोई बात नहीं।
हाँ।
चल गुड बेटा।
Thank you, ma'am.
So how was your internship experience? Was it online, offline? वो COVID time था थोड़ा सा।
हाँ, it was COVID time, but my internship luckily was offline. Yeah. So Wells Fargo actually, the data analyst interns, they had their internships in the offline mode, and the SD interns had it in the online mode. That was, I think, majorly because there were a less number of analyst interns and SD interns were more in number, so they had to keep them online. So mine was offline. I interacted with like a lot of people. There were 2 analyst interns from our college, myself included, and I got to interact with people from BITS, from IITs, and from like other colleges as well. So it was amazing. And this was the first time I stepped out of house and like lived alone for 2 months without my parents. Of course, they came and visited me twice in the span of 2 months, but they let me go. They let me go, so I'm happy. But my team was lovely. My team was amazing. I had 2 managers and I had 2 mentors and I had a buddy. All of them were very supportive. My buddy showed me around the first day, showed me all the places.
The buddy is a senior?
Buddy is like 4 years senior to me. He also got in through the campus internship program, got a PPO. So he told me everything. He told me all the कि this is your evaluation will happen, this is your project, and this is how you should be. So बिल्कुल. बाकी my managers, beautiful, wonderful people. I loved spending time with them. And the worst part for me was that they had this hybrid system that 3 days they had to come to office and 2 days they had to stay. They could stay from home. And in the time that I was there, it shifted to 2 days office, 3 days home. And I was like, why? I am here for 2 months. Can you not spend time between office? Because I had to go all days. But it was fun. My project was this. So I actually initially they gave us a qualitative analysis project. We had to work on there. They had this investment platform for this automated investing platform. So what we had to do was we had to work on their research, like the reports, and find out what areas like are customers satisfied with and where they have issues, and like so basically an analysis report. And I had come here thinking I'm gonna work with numbers, I'm gonna do machine learning and stuff, and I got this little disappointed, and so was my co-intern. So we spoke to our manager about it. Our manager, very welcoming person. He's like, okay, fine. I'll see what I can do about the data in the first meeting only. And the good thing was we got done with this theoretical part within 2 weeks only.
Oh, great.
2 weeks, this done. So he had to get us data because the project they had planned for us, we finished it in 2 weeks. So he got us the data, and then so our project extended from just being a qualitative analysis project to a quantitative analysis project. Yeah. So like we worked on lots of data. And like our mentors helped stores the data, and they were with us every step of the way. Whatever you asked, they're there. So the internship experience was key. We had this constant evaluation going on where our mentors and managers would write their feedback and everything. We had a mid-review and an end review, wherein we would give mid-review, we would give a progress update, and end mein what the aim of your project was, what you concluded. Okay. So like I not only learned about investment platforms, I got like a lot of business knowledge, but I also got like how you're supposed to present stuff in a corporate environment. Like in college, our presentations are good, but they're not professional level. In professional, I understood that you need to weave a story out of the content that you're presenting. You just can't say aim, work, and observation ye tha. You can't just spit out stuff like that. It needs to form a story. Why you did what you did. You took a methodology, but why did you do it? So, and I loved making that story. Like my manager showed us presentations that he gave previously, and it was wonderful to look at. They focused on the fact that how much content you can put in as many less slides as possible. They told us, we went from 33 slides to 15 slides.
Good half.
Yeah. Like it was amazing. And the plus point was my manager was a big foodie, so was I. Good. I've been to almost every place that he recommended to me. It was amazing. It was amazing. Like we went on 3 team lunches and dinners, and all the time I enjoyed it so much.
Order mummy karaoge.
He told me there was this one time. This is very off track, but there was this chicken dish he was ordering, and it came, and I had just reached. And I'm like, what? He offered it to me. I was like, what is it? He's like, chicken. Now you eat. You like it? Yeah, he knows. ये खा लेगी. इसको सब पसंद है.
एक अच्छे मैनेजर, अच्छी टीम मिल जाए तो लाइफ.
Yeah. मैं बैंगलोर में था. So Wells Fargo has offices in Chennai, Hyderabad and Bangalore, and mine was in Bangalore. Okay. Yeah, इनका mainly जो data analyst वाला center है, it's in Bangalore, and जो SDs वाला है, it's in Hyderabad. Not completely sure yet, but like mostly यही है, because जो उनकी SD वाली थी, उनको तो offline बुलाया नहीं था, so I can't say this with 100% surety, but I think as far as I know, उन लोगों की जो jobs हैं वो हैदराबाद में होंगी.
Okay.
Yeah.
एंड तुमने बताया कि इंटर्नशिप में तुमने रात में चिल्ला के पहले ग्रैंडमदर को बताया, फिर अंदर पेरेंट्स सो रहे होंगे तो उनको कैसे उठाया?
नहीं सब हम लोग लेट सोते हैं।
सही है।
हाँ, they were like happy, very happy। हाँ, I video called my family also। मैं ताज़ी जब हाँ internship मिल गया।
And तो जब PPO मिला तो what was the reaction?
So जब PPO मिला, so it was the last day I was in Bangalore। Friday को मेरा
I love how you give inputs, मतलब proper story plot करके, मुझे best लोग लगते हैं।
My intern taught me to give a story with all the information I have। I will do it here also।
नहीं, ये बेस्ट है। आपको लगता है आप एक्चुअली सुन रहे हो, लोग ऐसे बताते हैं माय पेरेंट्स वाज वेरी हैप्पी। अरे मुझे पता है हैप्पी तो होंगे, मैं बताऊं ना क्या रिएक्शन था।
मैंने उनको ऐसे मीठा खिलाया, चलो मीठा मुंह करो। मैं ताऊजी ने पहले पापा को कंग्रेचुलेट किया, तुम्हारी मेहनत काम लाए। मैं कहा हेलो,
हमने तो कुछ करा ही नहीं, इन्होंने ही पैदा करा, दूध खिलाया, खाना खिलाया, यही करते हैं।
इन्होंने तो पढ़ा मेरी रेडी ऐसे, मैं तो कुछ किया ही, साइड में बैठे थे, नहीं बैठे थे, मैंने किया सब। So yeah, it was my last day in Bangalore and we were out for this last team dinner and
ऐसे तभी बता देते हैं ये लोग।
नहीं so ऐसी कुछ बात चल रही थी, obviously my managers ले रहे थे मेरी, they're like हाँ they asked us कि you know PPO देना, हमने तो मना कर दिया, क्या जरूरत है इसको वापस आने की। वैसी तो my manager was like you've already roamed the entire Bangalore, why will you come here again, take some other company। I was like कोई और company लेकिन मैं बैंगलोर ही आऊंगी, तुम दे दो, क्या जा रहा है। तो obviously they were joking because I overheard them saying कि we've recommended you for a PPO।
आज तुम पूरे मजे ले रही हो तरफ है।
हाँ बट वो लोग भी मजे ले रहे थे, मेरे 16 people, 14 लोग मजे ले रहे हैं बैठ के, क्यों ना लूँ मैं। So I was there and so my friend who is the POC for Wells Fargo, I saw my phone after some time and I had 2 missed calls from her and I texted her ki what's up, I'm in a dinner right now. She's like, can I call you just for a minute? And she called me and she was like, oh my god, you got the PPO, and I screamed over there. And I got the call and I told the team like, guys, I got the PPO and my manager, he was like कि अच्छा नहीं
मना कर दिया था।
अरे it's lie, they'll take it back। I'm like why are you doing this? And then I texted on my family group कि guys I got the PPO। 15 minutes no reply, nothing। I called them like hello, आप WhatsApp नहीं चेक करते क्या? like क्या हो गया? मैंने मुझे PPO मिल गया। हमसे अरे वाह congratulations। उनको कहते ज़्यादा enjoy मत करना, तेरे को कल घर वापस आना है। यार क्या लोग किसी knew I was out but ठीक है, it was nice।
पीछे background पूरा detective बन जाता था।
हाँ but then manager took us all, ice cream खिलाया हमको अच्छे से। yeah,
मजा आ गया।
but very good trip and good, like amazing, like तो फर्स्ट टाइम ऑफिस में काम किया था, लाइक द फर्स्ट इंटर्नशिप दैट आई डिड दैट वाज ऑनलाइन एक्सपीरियंस ओनली। ऑफिस जाने का ऐसा कुछ था ही नहीं। ऑफिस में थे ऑन द 10th फ्लोर, टाइमिंग था फिक्स, आई यूज्ड टू वॉक एवरी डे टू द ऑफिस। ऐसा नहीं था कि कुछ भी पहनना था, तो फॉर्मल क्लोथ्स पहनने पड़ते थे, बट लाइक दे आर वेरी चिल अबाउट उनका लाइक जो भी क्लोथ्स एंड ऑल है।
फर्स्ट टाइम तो आपको लगता है कि नहीं प्रॉपर्ली ड्रेस होके जाना, बाल ठीक होने चाहिए,
एंड स्पेशली जब इंटर्नशिप इज लाइक पक्का नहीं है ना कुछ, तो तुम जितना इम्प्रेशन डाल सकते हो, और जॉब मिलना तो फिर देखना पजामे में आ जाएंगे। नहीं बट या
one tip you would like to share you know to ace this coding placement and internship season, कुछ भी पर्सनल लेवल पे, या फिर एक ऐसे कोडिंग करो, ऐसे करो, या फिर अपने दोस्तों के साथ ऐसे बॉन्ड बनाओ कुछ।
ओके सो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल ये मत सोचना कि मुझे बहुत लेट हो गया है। इट्स नेवर टू लेट टू स्टार्ट। व्हेनेवर यू थिंक कि अच्छा आई नीड टू स्टार्ट, बट फिर ऐसा नहीं, डोंट हाफ एस इट, डोंट हाफ एस एनीथिंग, यू नीड टू पुट योर ऑल इन इट। ऐसा नहीं है कि अच्छा कॉलेज का प्लेसमेंट सिस्टम अच्छा है तो मेरी प्लेसमेंट हो जाएगी, बहुत कंपनीज आती है तो मेरी हो जाएंगी। कॉलेज बेवकूफ़ नहीं है, कंपनी बेवकूफ़ नहीं। यू नीड टू ऑफर देम समथिंग। जस्ट बिकॉज you're in CS or you're in IT or you're in like EC or you're in MA, you're in stream, it doesn't matter. You need to be able to offer them something. You need to show what you have.
matter नहीं करता।
Exactly, it doesn't matter.
तो कुछ इतना फर्क नहीं पड़ता।
सबको मिलती है भाई, people that offer
skills,
exactly, and you don't need to shy away। ऐसे मत सोचो कि मैं show off कर रही हूँ, नहीं, तुम show off नहीं कर रहे, you are like you're showcasing you're showcasing your talent, exactly, and you need to do that because you want someone to invest in you, so then you need to sell yourself,
exactly,
you need to sell your talent।
लोगों को इक्वली देख रहे हैं आप, ऐसा क्या है अलग जो आपको ले जाए हम।
तुम्हारे सारे बैचमेट्स हैं, तुम सेम कॉलेज में, तुम सेम स्ट्रीम में हो, आफ्टर अ पॉइंट कब तक तुम्हारा स्कूल रिकॉर्ड मैटर कर सकता है ना,
कुछ फर्क नहीं पड़ता।
एग्जैक्टली तुम
सिर्फ
खुद से लाइक प्रैक्टिस करो, DSA जब स्टार्ट करना है करो, बट जब स्टार्ट करो ना तब गिव इट योर ऑल। 6 months करो, 1 year करो, 2 months करो, बट जब करो बिल्कुल अच्छे से बैठ के करो एंड प्रैक्टिस प्रॉपरली। तुम्हारे पास इतने सारे यू गेट कोर्सेज ऑनलाइन, चलो तुम्हें कोर्स नहीं करना बट लीड कोड कर लो। एग्जैक्टली, इवन ऑनलाइन मोड में काफी कुछ मिल गया, बिकॉज आई अंडरस्टैंड फॉर सम पीपल इट्स वेरी डिफिकल्ट टू गो आउट। लाइक मेरे लिए तो था कि ट्रैवलिंग टू कॉलेज वाज लाइक 3 hours कंबाइंड टाइम, उसके बाद हाउ टू गो फॉर अ क्लास। नो, ऑनलाइन करो, it's very easy. And yeah, don't shy from showcasing yourself, don't shy from showing off what you have, because they need to see it, they won't know unless you tell them. And resume से कोई कितना ही समझ सकता, you can fill in your resume, it's a very good thing, but you need to speak, you need to learn to show, you need to learn to speak and tell and describe what you are. Passion लाओ अपनी आवाज में, confidence लाओ अपनी आवाज में, it's very important. Passion, confidence and show interest अपनी तरफ से. These are little things you can do, like research about the role, research about the fields that they have, try to put in little inputs. You can have like set answers, you can have prepared answers for all the companies, because सब almost सब same question पूछते हैं कि अपने बारे में बताओ, why do you want this, but personalize them according to the company you're going for. Google
वाला आंसर सबको पता है, उन्होंने सुन लिया 200 लोगों से, उनको शक्ल पे दिख जाता तुम अगर
they know
exactly. क्या अगला पूछो क्वेश्चन.
Exactly, personalize it and you know तुम show interest, because a good interview के लिए तो मेरे को तो ये लगता है ना कि the moment it stops feeling like an interview and starts feeling like a conversation, I think you've aced it at that point.
मिल जाता
because the moment you feel comfort in that, the moment you feel like हाँ I'm in my zone, you ask me anything, I can give you answer.
Exactly.
ठीक है. And one more thing, if you don't know something ना, say that you don't know, don't bullshit your way through it, because they can catch it.
और फिर वो इतना खराब चला जाता है कि तुमने जो अभी तक बोला वो भी खराब हो गया.
हाँ, and then they know कि एक तो तुम्हें पता नहीं है, दूसरा you're not even admitting that you don't know it. Like ये बहुत important चीज़ है. If you don't know, say blatantly you don't know, because A, they'll appreciate your truthfulness. Second, they'll ask you something else which you actually might know, and you can answer that confidently without saying stuff that doesn't really make sense.
Exactly. True.
So I guess yeah. And know what you want. Like if you know कि अच्छा you have multiple roles जिसके आते हैं ना, apply for what you're interested in. ऐसा नहीं कि अच्छा सब लोग SD के लिए apply करो तो मैं भी SD के लिए करती हूँ. Like ये मेरे पेरेंट्स ने मुझसे पूछा था कि अच्छा तेरे सारे फ्रेंड्स SD के लिए कर रहे, don't you want to go for that? So analyst, I wanted to do that. I went into that and I had like I'm happy मेरे को तो offline opportunity मिली उसकी वजह से.
बहुत अच्छा हो गया. इससे सब टिक 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 होता चला गया एक तरफ से.
तुम्हारा भी होगा अगर तुम ये टिप्स फॉलो करोगे तो.
कोई एक चीज जो तुम्हें बहुत अच्छा एक्सपीरियंस लगा या फिर पूरी प्लेसमेंट सीजन या इंटर्नशिप में कि वाह यार दिस हैपेंड विद मी, कि मजा आ गया, कुछ ऐसे दोस्तों के साथ कुछ चीज हुई, पेरेंट्स के साथ कुछ.
तो स्टार्टिंग लाइक फर्स्ट थिंग जो था इंटरव्यू में, दिस वाज द फर्स्ट इंटरव्यू वेयर आई फेल्ट like this is my zone, because they actually made me feel so comfortable ना. They asked me about stuff I knew, like कुछ इंटरव्यूज में ऐसा होता है ना कि they're asking you stuff you don't know, कि अच्छा you worked on this, हाँ if you say that I've worked on this tech stack and they'll ask you questions that are irrelevant to the project that you've worked on, but they're relevant to the tech stack. Like I am telling you that I've done it on a learn to go basis, like learning and implementing. So why can't you respect the fact that what I've learned and ask me from that? So I guess that was a very good thing that happened in this interview process. And इससे पहले मैंने SD के interviews दिए थे. So I was not in my element there. This I was at home here.
Exactly.
And यार ये तो ऑनलाइन प्रोसेस का हो गया. बाकी तो द पीपल इन द कंपनी आर देयर सो नाइस, देयर एक्चुअली सो नाइस. एंड आई हैड ये कि आई डिडंट गेट होम एक्सेस, तो मेरे कहते कि ऑफिस में जितना काम करना है करो, घर आके एकदम फ्री. या एंड द थिंग इज नो वन इवन टेक्स्ट यू आफ्टर योर ऑफिस आवर्स कि अच्छा हैव यू चेक्ड अप ऑन दिस. They respect the fact कि okay you're working in office, home is for relaxing. No work on weekends.
Indeed a work life balance.
Yeah. And the office ensures that. This was one of the good things. We got to go for this volunteer work. We went to this school. वहाँ पे this government school, and we taught kids, we played with them. It was a lot of fun, and the company does this because they are in collaboration with these government organizations. So that was one of the things I really enjoyed.
After the interview gets over, you get a chance to ask the interviewer some questions. So what did you ask?
This is very important. Always utilize this. ये मत बोलना कि no questions because why again interest दिखाना है. So इसके अंदर like even if you have to ask basic questions. So first question that I asked was this कि how is the company handling things after COVID? This was a very common question at that time कि ये तो पूछ ही सकते हो. Then they talked about that. Then I asked them कि वो कब से हैं, how has their experience been in the company. Then I asked them कि if I do get selected for this role, what are the departments I could work with? So then they talked about all the departments that they had जहाँ पे analytics का work हो सकता है. And so I think this made up around 5 to 10 minutes of the interview round. So ऐसे you can ask 2-3 questions. They really appreciate that. HR वाले में I didn't really get a chance to ask questions. उसमें भी I asked ऐसे ही questions कि how has your experience been, but mainly I think these are a few of the basic questions you can ask कि what is your experience, how long have you been working for, what department are you in, and this one question that I always ask कि if I do get selected, where would I be working in, what would be the tech stack, what would be required of me, like would you suggest that I can do anything beforehand in order to prepare myself better for this role. So
ये फाइनल टच बहुत अच्छा रहता है अगर ढंग का क्वेश्चन पूछ लो.
अगेन भाई इंटरेस्ट शो करो, शो कॉन्फिडेंस कि हाँ मैं हो गई तो क्या होगा. शो कॉन्फिडेंस वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट.
वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. ट्रू.
मेरा भी ऐसा नहीं है कि मतलब मेरे को भी कुछ इंटरव्यूज दे के पता चला कि ऐसा होता है. फर्स्ट में तो उसने फर्स्ट इंटरव्यू में मेरा यही था कि उसने पूछा अच्छा एनी क्वेश्चन, नो थैंक यू. सो ये भी इतना दे के ही एक्सपीरियंस आता है. एंड आई थिंक इसीलिए ये सीरीज हेल्प करेगी.
6 क्वेश्चंस रखने चाहिए अपने पास पूछने के लिए कि इंटरव्यू का कैसा दिमाग था आपको पता चल गया. अब इस पे 2-3 क्वेश्चन डाल
ऐसे कर लो कि हाउ डिड यू गेट इनटू दिस फील्ड, लाइक दिस वाज आल्सो अ क्वेश्चन आई आस्क्ड कि व्हाट अट्रैक्ट्स यू अबाउट दिस.
मैंने तो जैसे पूछा था कि what does this company offer that the other companies cannot offer.
This is a good one.
बेचो आप. मैंने बेच लिया अब तुम बेचो. मतलब
मेरे को भी ना इंटरव्यू ने पूछा था कि if you suppose get an offer from this other company, would you be choosing us? And I was like, wow, answer करो इसका. And he looked at me and was like, it's okay, there's no right or wrong answer for this, you can just answer whatever you want.
खुल के प्यार से आराम से अच्छे शब्दों में खराब चीजें बोलें तो उसको अच्छे शब्दों में ऐसे घुमाओ कि सामने वाले लगे ओह नाइस वन. बहुत परफेक्ट है. एंड व्हिच ऑल सोसाइटीज वेयर यू आर पार्ट ऑफ throughout the college life?
मैं बताती हूँ तो. So the first society that I was a part of was Tarannum, the music society. I love to sing. Then I became a part of Bhav, the literary society. Tarannum I left after my first year, but Bhav I was the content core in my second year. Then in the first year I was a part of the Innerve web development team. I was a part of Tarangna creative team.
Okay, so maybe we were together in web development Innerve team.
We were together in Tarannum. नहीं web development, sorry web development.
Tarannum में तो मेरा गला नहीं जानने का.
Web development, हाँ you were right. हाँ. Then Tarangna creative was like one of the best experiences ever. सारा डेकोर झिलमिल का Tarangna का लगाया था. Like मैंने सीढ़ियों पर चढ़ के वो लगाया था. And it was amazing. It was so much fun. बहुत मजे आए थे. Then उसके बाद second year में I joined this society Women in Big Data. इसका India chapter है यहाँ पे. So Women in Big
society
Data
in our college or somewhere.
So it's like a global organization, non-profit organization. So herein you can volunteer and then you can like it's spreading awareness, creating job opportunities for women who want to start or restart their career. So uska there's a chapter in our university. And I joined it in the second year. I think I joined it in February 2021. Then in August, I was introduced to the India leader, Soumya ma'am. And then I began contributing at the India level for it. And now, so the India chapter has 5 pillars which are focusing on different things like organizing sessions, creating job opportunities. So I am leading the Vidya pillar at the India level. So wherein I organize sessions to spread awareness, talk about job opportunities, talk about the relevance of big data and data analytics in various fields. So that society, I'm the president in the college also, and also I'm heading it at the India level. The pillar, the Vidya pillar, yeah. any other societies, then वो कि I was a part of वो GSDSC जो था यहाँ इंडिया जो हमारा कॉलेज का था, उसके अंदर I was in the Flutter circle and in the AIML circle. So हाँ, society
हर तरफ
फर्स्ट ईयर में तो ये था जहाँ हाथ डाले लो।
नहीं, बहुत अच्छी चीज है।
फर्स्ट ईयर तो कर सकते हो यार, फर्स्ट ईयर में तो
जितना करोगे उतना अच्छा। And how well do you think all these societies helped you get the role which you? Did they make any
Bhav to helped a lot because writing, I loved writing, but then I got this like they gave us topics कि इस चीज पे लिखो, and we had orating competitions also, so speaking का भी उससे practice मिला। and पहले ऐसा था कि I would write, but I would write on topics which are irrelevant, like कुछ like not nothing is like completely irrelevant, but I started writing on professional topics which matter, and then उससे थोड़ा वो professional writing का talent बढ़ा।
So it did help in developing.
Yeah, it did. तरन्नुम का तो फिर यही है कि it's an outlet, yeah. Like I was a part of the school choir since 3rd grade only. तो वो तो होना ही था in continuation, exactly. And web development and all obviously helped. And Tarangna ka the creative, amazing social circle. Met so many new people because of that. So many new seniors, and it was amazing. Oh wait, one more society. Tarangna ka second year I was a part of the event management team, which helped me as a part of women in big data.
Anything else that you would like to share with the people going through this stressful placement season?
Stress का यार देखो, stress होगा, it will take a toll on your mental health, but you need to get through it because देखो, this is a very small stage in your life. अगर तुम इससे हार गए ना लाइफ में यार, आगे इतने और स्ट्रगल्स आने हैं ना कि this will seem like nothing in front. Nothing in front of it. आगे जाके भी obviously आगे जाके तुम ज़्यादा बड़े हो गए, ज़्यादा mature हो गए, but इससे हार नहीं माननी यार. This is a phase of life. Always remember that this placement season, it's a part of your life. It's not your life. You can't let it take complete control over you. It will try to take complete control of you, but you need to go out. Outlets ढूंढो अपने. मेरे लिए baking है, singing है, dancing है, writing है. माँ पापा का दिमाग खाओ, दोस्तों का दिमाग खाओ, उनसे बातें करो.
है किस लोग इस काम के लिए
तो क्या? हाँ वो exactly. और किस काम के लिए वो लोग? Take your outlet and stress bust करो अपना. अगर कभी लगता है ना कि अच्छा अवार्ड नहीं हो रहा, छोड़ दो. अपने आप को एग्जॉस्ट करने की जरूरत नहीं है. अगर तुम सही माइंड फ्रेम में नहीं है तो तुम 6 घंटे बैठ रहोगे, दिमाग में कुछ नहीं घुसने वाला. पर सही माइंड फ्रेम में तुम वही 2 घंटा बैठोगे ना, वो सब तुम्हारे दिमाग में घुस जाएगा.
6 घंटे वेस्ट करने से अच्छा 2 घंटे रेस्ट करके वापस आ जाओ.
And keep stress busters. You can't always be studying. You can't always be preparing. You need to have something else.
Normal time दे दे के वैसे तो वो बहुत ज़्यादा मुश्किल है. ये तो बहुत easy है.
Exactly.
उसमें तो दुनिया भर की पढ़ाई करनी है.
इसमें तो पता है ना सेट कोर्स. कंपनी को एम करो यार, कंपनी को देखो कि अच्छा ये क्वेश्चन ये पूछता है, ये करता है.
बहुत इजी हो जाता है.
हाँ, स्ट्रेस नहीं लेना, स्ट्रेस बिल्कुल नहीं लेना. आएगा नहीं लेना, लेना ही नहीं है. वो आएगा, हेलो आ जाओ, नहीं
दरवाजा बंद रखो. मैं काम कर रही हूँ. थैंक यू सो मच अनुभूति. एंड इस बार मैंने आपका नाम सही बोला है. बहुत इंटरेक्टिव, मतलब बहुत कम ऐसे मेरे इंटरेक्टिव सेशन थे. जो मेरे दोस्त थे मेरे को उन्हीं के साथ था, और मेरी बहुत कम ऐसे फर्स्ट टाइम बहुत कम क्लिक करती है मेरी की एक्सट्रोवर्ट. नहीं, वो अजीब सा है मेरे अंदर कि ओके अगर तुम थोड़ा मुझे नहीं दिखाओगे अच्छा वाइब तो मैं भी फिर ठीक है, मैं
बिल्कुल होता है. हाँ,
थैंक यू सो मच. बहुत ही नॉलेजेबल था एंड बहुत ही बेटर, मतलब एक लाइवली इंटरव्यू हुआ. वो नहीं कि कट.
I had a lot of fun.
Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you. I loved it. Guys, please like, share and subscribe. बहुत प्यारा चैनल है एंड तुम्हें बहुत सारे इंसाइट्स मिलेंगे जैसे मैंने आज
पहला इंसान है जिसने खुद से ही बोल दिया है. Thank you and thank you so much for watching this video. See you in the next one. Thank you.
Thank you.
Today we have with us Sakshi. Hi Sakshi.
I'm currently placed at American Express as a product development analyst. I have a 6-month internship at Amex. I'll be joining from January, and I also have a full-time offer.
बैठी तो मैं संभाल लेंगे.
अब ऑनलाइन कॉलेज में मिलते रहेंगे एक से और.
थैंक यू सो मच विभूति. बहुत ज्यादा इंटरेक्टिव सेशन. सॉरी फिर से बोल रही.